said that Glamis Castle is haunted by a number of ghosts. Nonetheless, it is generally accepted that the castle is home to a total of at least 9 spirits. There is, of course, room for argument over the degree of accuracy of this spectral census. Nevertheless, one thing that can be said with absolute certainty is that Glamis Castle is widely regarded as one of the most haunted locations in Scotland. Some of the most well-known ghosts that are linked with Glamis are listed here. It is the ghost of the lady who did not have a mouth that represents the most terrifying aspect of the lady without a mouth. A number of people have reported seeing her strolling about the grounds while pointing to her severely injured face. This is said to be the spirit of Lady Glamis, also known as Janet Douglas, who was executed by being burnt at the stake in 1537 for being accused of being a witch. John Lyon, commonly known as Lord Glamis, was her first spouse. Together with him, she produced a son who was also called John. Upon his passing in 1528, she was suspected of poisoning him. However, she was exonerated of the charge and was free to marry Archibald Campbell of Skipness, who was her second husband. But in July of 1537, she was accused of trying to poison King James V of Scotland and communicating with her brothers, who were involved in other plots against the king. She was also suspected of conversing with her brothers. In spite of the fact that the claims were not true, she was sent to the cell in Edinburgh Castle along with her husband, who managed to escape but was ultimately murdered. James was unable to locate any evidence that would lead to her conviction, so he subjected her family and servants to torture in an effort to find the truth. After being tried and found guilty, Janet was executed by being burnt at the stake on July 17, 1537, at Castle Hill in Edinburgh. It is possible for visitors to Edinburgh Castle to encounter her ghost, since she is believed to frequent the location where she passed away. Glamis Castle is also reported to be haunted by her spirit. In addition to that, she has been seen peering out of a window that is blocked off inside the castle. There is a lack of clarity on the identity of this spirit or to what may have occurred to her. On several occasions, the statue of a young boy who worked as a servant has been seen seated on the stone bench that is located near the entrance to the Queen's apartment. However, he has never been heard or seen anyplace else in the castle, despite the fact that he is witnessed as a full-bodied apparition. The spirit of Alexander Lindsay, 4th Earl of Crawford, commonly referred to as Earl Beardy, is considered to be one of the most popular and well-known ghosts associated with Glamis Castle. It was said that he was a harsh and twisted person who consumed a lot of alcohol. Throughout the whole of the castle, his presence has been detectable, audible, and felt. There have been reports of youngsters waking up in the middle of the night as a result of seeing a shadowy figure standing over their beds. Many people have the belief that he is now playing with the devil for all of eternity in a hidden area inside the castle. The story says that he was at the castle on a Sunday night, and when he got back to his chamber, he was yelling in a drunken frenzy for someone to come and play cards with him. So the narrative goes. On the Sabbath, nobody was interested in taking him up on his offer, so he ultimately became so angry that he decided to play the devil himself. Not long after that, there was a knock at the door. It was a tall guy dressed in a long black coat, and he inquired as to whether or not Earl Beardy still needed the assistance of someone to play cards with him. They went to a chamber in the castle, slammed the door shut, and then began to play cards till the night fell. The Earl consented to assume the role of the guy, and they went to the room. The chamber was filled with a great deal of profanity and yelling, which extended throughout the whole castle and could be heard by everyone. After looking through the keyhole out of curiosity to find out what all the ruckus was about, one of the maids was blinded in one eye by a strong beam of light that was beaming through the keyhole. After the Earl heard the servant outside the door, he went to investigate and found out that he was spying. In the time it took him to return to the chamber, the individual who was thought to be the devil had already left, taking with him the soul of the Earl. Reportedly, he is still playing cards, and it is believed that he is doing it in a hidden area inside the castle. Even to this day, his yells have been heard from various locations within the castle. Thomas Bowes-Lyon, the eldest son of the Strathmore family, who were the great-great-grandparents of Queen Elizabeth II, is said to have been the monster of Glamis, according to historical accounts. On October 21, 1821, he was born with severe deformities, and according to the documents, he was proclaimed dead on the same day. However, there are a lot of those who think that he did not pass away, and that he really spent his last days in seclusion at Glamis. The family kept him hidden from view due to his looks, which resulted in his being removed from the position of heir. He was only permitted to leave the building at night in order to get some fresh air and to wander about the grounds, the roof, and the parapets. The stretch of the parapets that is often referred to as the Mad Earl's Walk is now haunted by his spirit. It is believed that he passed away sometime in the 1920s, and because of this, his apartments were sealed up, and they have not been found to this day.